Hello everybody, how are you? In today's video, I'm going to talk about a recent purchase that I had made, and hopefully it'll help add a little more dynamic and dimension to the in the field vlogs that you guys come along with me on. So to get right to it, this is my recent purchase. This is the new, new DJI Mavic Air 2, and I've been wanting a drone for a really long time, and this one just checked all the boxes for me. It definitely fit my bill, and look how tiny it is. Really, this is my hand, and this is just, I don't know, that probably wasn't a very good way to do that. But yeah, this is my first drone ever, and I'm a brand new pilot. I did take it out for my first, well, I guess you can say first real flight. I did take it out when I first got it, and in the backyard, and did all the updates and everything that I needed to. Took it off the ground, let it hover. It was definitely a kid on Christmas morning kind of thing. But I did take it out to a little wildlife management area that, excuse me, that I have gone to before to do some photography. But yeah, that was my most recent purchase, and I cannot be more elated on having this drone. As I stated before, I did want a drone for a really long time, and I just couldn't find the right one that I really could settle on, because I'm not obviously a pro, and I didn't want the Mavic Mini because, actually I kind of did want the Mavic Mini because of its price range, but I just wanted a little bit more out of the drone. This Mavic Air 2 shoots at 4K 60 frames per second, which is phenomenal. And it also shoots at 1080p at 240 frames per second. So it shoots just like the XT4 does, that buttery smooth slow motion in case I should ever need it or want it. But yeah, like I said, this drone checked the boxes for me. The size and weight were a definite plus. It wasn't too big, definitely not overweighted. So it's really small and compact, and I can easily just pop it in my bag whenever I'm about to go out. So one of the main reasons why I've been wanting a drone is because it adds that extra dimension. And I don't know if I'm going to be using it a lot for aerial photography. My main purpose for purchasing this drone was to add that extra dimension during the vlogs and to have, a more bird's eye view of the locations that I'm at, especially if I'm out in the Shenandoah Valley where you really want those big vistas. You really want to show off those big vistas because you're in this location where it's really awe-inspiring, and it's hard to do that when during the vlogs you just have one dimension of, going through the hikes. That was the main reason why I really wanted a drone, was to have that extra dimension in case I should want it, to really showcase the location that I'm at. And I'm really happy that I purchased it, and it's definitely nerve-wracking, to say the least. Being a first-time drone owner, being a first-time, I guess, pilot, or first-time flying the drone in general, it definitely was nerve-wracking for sure, because it's, you don't know exactly how the drone reacts. I've not flown maybe but one drone before, and it was very short period amount of time to where I really couldn't test out, or I really couldn't get a feel for flying an aircraft. So I will say that, and this is not a review by any means whatsoever, I will say that as a first-time flyer, this drone definitely is very easy to fly and to figure out. I did reconfigure the controls on the sticks a little bit, because I just found, for some odd reason, I found the other settings a little bit easier to manage than the default settings that it was on. So that was really the only switch that I had made, and I found that out while I was doing my first flight out in the wildlife management area. And another reason why I went with this drone is because if I ever do take aerial photography to the next level and really start trying to hone my skills in the air, the half-inch sensor that is in this drone can take 48 megapixel images, and that is huge, really, really huge. Because these vistas that I will hopefully go to, even just here in the local area, there are some images that would look really, really great from the air, and you just want, or I would want, just the extra megapixels in case I ever need to crop, whichever. So that was a definite plus for the drone. And the ease of use again with this drone, right off the bat, right out of the box, was just so straightforward. DJI did a fantastic job with, coaching through on the DJI Fly app, making sure that you have things in order before flight. There is a checklist that I definitely use because I'm a new drone owner and new flyer, I guess. The little checklist that comes on right before flight really helps ingrain those safety checks before flight, which is really good. So yeah, I'm very happy with this purchase. I did piece together my flights, which will be showing up in just a few minutes, I promise. And if you're watching this and trying to figure out, just like me, which drone to get, and you have just that amount of money that you can spare, I do highly recommend, as a first-time drone owner and as a new flyer, to look into the Mavic Air 2. So if you're a professional aerial photographer or professional drone pilot and you're watching this, please go easy on the critiques of my flight patterns or of my trying to be cinematic footage of my aerial footage, because again, this is definitely my first flight that I did try just to piece together. And yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'm working on something soon. I hope I'm going to be able to go out to the Shenandoah soon and photograph some fall foliage. I believe Hurricane Delta is making landfall soon, so that should help the waterfalls out in Shenandoah, which is one of the main focuses that I would love to go out there for during this foliage season. So, and hopefully I'll be able to take this little drone up and we'll have some really cool scenes and some really cool footages. So yeah, without further ado, this is my first flight. Again, please remember, this is my first flight, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, bye-bye.